Maybe one of these. That kind of open mouth kind of thing, that's just gonna basically make her a little bit flat. Obviously an amazing singer, no one can criticize Sara Bareilles because she is the queen. What's up guys, this is Matt from RamseyVoice.com, and today I'm going to be listening and reacting to Sara Bareilles' performance of Brave on NBC. I know that this is a little bit of an older video, but I think that there's so many awesome things about this singer and about this song in particular that I couldn't wait to take a look at this live version of the song. Now, truth be told, I've never actually seen this performance before. I'm very aware of the song. Lots of people like to work on this song, so I know the ins and outs of it a little bit, but I'm really excited to see the way that she performs it today. Now, if you have any songs that you want me to react to, make sure to leave them in the comments. Additionally, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for this channel. Or if you want to get started today and improve your voice, check out my complete singing course, Master Your Voice. Let's get it started.
You can be amazing, you can turn a phrase into a weapon or a drug. You can be the outcast or be the backlash of somebody's lack of love. Or you can start speaking up. Nothing's gonna hurt you the way that
Good, just a real quick note. Okay, so I noticed that the song's in the key of B flat. In general, this can be a really, really great key for female singers. Because that B flat that she's gonna sing coming up here in the middle, that's actually in the middle of a lady's first passage or her first bridge, whatever you want to call it. And that can be a really, really exciting sound. I also wanted to note that, like, if you just listen to the sound, just listen to the sound of her singing voice. You can turn a phrase in. It's very, very rich. And it's not very breathy. So I've got the music right here. So rather than, you can be amazing, you can turn a phrase in, it's very, you can be amazing, you can turn a phrase in. And this is a really, really wonderful thing because she's got that really nice, rich chest voice to start off with. So this is hugely important so far. And I bet that's gonna set her up really nicely for what comes up.
you can be the outcast or be the backlash of somebody's lack of love. Or you can start speaking up. Nothing's gonna hurt you the way that words do when they settle beneath your skin. Kept on the inside and no sunlight, sometimes a shadow wins. But I wonder what would happen if you say what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave.
Wow, this is amazing so far. So I just want to point out a couple of things. Number one, she's playing the piano while she does this. This is not easy. And I cannot emphasize this enough. It's a really, really easy thing to be like, well, yeah, of course she plays piano. You know, she plays in front of, thousands and thousands of people all the time. But really singing at this level and playing at the same time that she's doing this, keeping that B flat chord really, really steady as she's doing this and just keeping time so well, that's a really hard thing to do. The other thing that I want to talk about is what happens in the chorus as soon as she hits this.
If you say what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave.
So we've got a beautiful couple of high notes going on up there. So when she's going right into that, say, she's right on it, right in the middle of her mixed voice. She's not pulling up chest, say, and she's also not, say. It's right in that mixed voice. Say what you wanna say. It's a beautiful job. When she's going up to that B flat, or sorry, an E flat, I wanna see you be brave. It's kind of cool. Watch her vowel as she actually sings that, I wanna see you be brave. Now, if you notice it's a very, very small change, but rather than actually singing C, I wanna see, she knows that that's actually gonna squeeze because she actually works with a fantastic vocal coach. She worked with Brett Manning for a while, who teaches the same technique that I do. A lot of people are gonna give me crap for this and say that Brett Manning teaches a totally different technique from SLS or whatever. It's all the same stuff. It's like saying Clorox versus bleach. It's the same technique. And it's working really, really well for her up here because she knows that, see you be brave, is going to squeeze. So she actually goes to kind of say rather than say you be brave. She goes a little bit more to say. I want to say you be brave. Now, here's the cool thing. If I think an E vowel in the back of my mouth, but I drop my jaw to kind of an vowel, then I actually get the perfect spot for that note. Now, obviously, she's a girl. It's going to be in a different place. And it's her second bridge. For me, it's my third. But it doesn't really matter. You know, once you get up to that certain point in your voice, you need to start dropping the jaw a little bit more. In this case, she's doing a beautiful job by going, say you be brave. I almost call it like Forrest Gump vowels up there. Because if you brought that down to your speaking voice, it'd be like, say you be brave. Yeah, Lieutenant Dan. I want to say you be brave. Now let's keep going. Let's see what else she does.
You want to say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I want to see you be brave.
A little weighty on that. That's throwing her off a little bit, but I mean, this is a fantastic version, so it's not that bad.
See you, I just want to see you. Just want to see you. I want to see you be brave. Want to see you. I just want to see you. I want to see you be brave.
And that's kind of a cool thing about what she's doing. She's really going for kind of a belty mix up there. I want to see you be brave. Now, for a lot of students, I'll actually caution them against that from going to the up into that top note. But that's often for students that are having a problem with singing too heavy up there in the first place. Obviously, this is a singer that, you know, has been doing this for a very long time. She knows exactly the way that her voice works, so she can make that kind of scoop, I want to see you, and still hit the note exactly the way that she wants to.
Everybody's been there, everybody's been stared down by the enemy.
And very cool legato variation in the second verse. So most of the time, she's going, you can be amazing, da 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 da, and there's that kind of like staccato da 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 kind of thing going on here. But in this verse, she's actually doing a variation where she's very legato, and this is so Sara Bareilles. Check it out again.
Everybody's been there, everybody's been stared down.
Everybody's been stared down. She knows how smooth that she can make that. She's also doing a little bit of what we call a tempo rubato, which means that she's literally stealing time. In other words, the band is playing in time, and she's kind of oozing her words through and then rushing them in at the end in order to make it all catch up. Very beautiful stuff.
By the enemy, falling for the fear and done some disappearing. Bow down to the mighty. Don't run. Stop holding your tongue. Maybe there's a way out of the cage where you.
Now, a little bit flat on that C up there, or sorry, it's an A, so da, 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 da. And that's because she's bringing in her chest voice just a little too early, so it's like, maybe one of these. It would be even better if she could kind of maybe modify that vowel to, maybe one of these. Maybe one of these versus maybe one of these. That kind of open mouth kind of thing, that's just gonna basically make her a little bit flat. Obviously an amazing singer, no one can criticize Sara Bareilles because she is the queen, but at the same time, it would also really, really help if she were to narrow that vowel slightly. Maybe one of these. Notice how I'm not opening my jaw too much. Let's see what she does next.
Way out of the cage where you live. Maybe one of these days you can let the light in. Show me how big your brave is. Say.
Oh, that's such a great. How big your brave is. Notice how open her jaw is when she's going up to that E flat again.
How big your brave is. You want to say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I want to see you be brave. What you want to say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I want to see you be brave.
That's another great example. She's not saying C, she's saying I want to say you be brave.
And since your history of silence won't do you any good, did you think it would?
And lovely vibrato on truth. Now again, notice that's actually a C5, yeah. So again, it's kind of the top of her first bridge there. This is a tricky place for a lot of women, and rather than saying truth and actually saying really, really true to that vowel, ooh, she knows that she has to modify that vowel slightly, start to open it a little bit to truth. She's saying truth. Again, she's imagining an ooh vowel, but she's just dropping her jaw slightly.
Say what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave.
That's even the best example of the say. Watch this again.
Honestly, I wanna see you be brave.
She's definitely not saying see you there. But the cool thing is when you're up that high in your voice, honestly, a lot of vowels start to kind of like blend into each other anyway. And this is where consonants really help out, because consonants like say, the s in that word, there's only so many words that could be, and by context you kind of figure out exactly what she's trying to say. Not to say that she's not having great diction here, that she's not articulating her vowels correctly. This is just something that happens once you go up super high in your voice. Your vowels start to kind of become like really neutral. They start to blend in together. And just for an example, like the difference between like and is very, very small. So you can go I was transitioning between and it's very difficult to tell the difference between them because they're so close up there in your voice.
Let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave.
And again, that's not a brave, that's a brave. It's a brev that she's adding a tiny bit of E into at the very end to make it sound like brave. That one kind of flipped a little bit. I mean, it's not a big deal. I don't think anybody else would notice that. Nice. Now that's actually tough because she's coming down into her chest voice from her mixed voice. And the way that she's actually making that transition so well is that she's keeping that vowel pretty constant, so that you can barely even hear that. And she's adding some vibrato on each. Listen to it again. Love it. This is amazing. So a couple of pointers. This is like a master class in how to do vowels better, especially when you're singing at the top part of your voice. You need to start dropping your jaw a little bit. And even though you still want to be thinking the exact right vowel, in this case like C and brave, it's fun to kind of play around with once you get up that high. And that C, if you keep that vowel super pure like an E, it's just gonna squeeze. But if you drop your jaw slightly, see, people start to see that, it's actually the right placement for that vowel. Who cares if that's actually say down in the bottom part of my chest voice, because it sounds right in the context of the song. Overall, I give it a 5 out of 5. Fantastic performance. Really, really lovely. And one thing to note here is that these singers, I mean, they're doing this super early in the morning. This is probably like a 7 a.m. show. So the fact that she's sounding this good that early, I can only imagine that she's probably waking up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, working with her vocal exercises, working with her coach, probably over the phone or via Skype or something like that to get her really warmed up for a big performance like this. It's just amazing that she's singing this well. If you guys enjoyed this, I hope you learned a lot of good stuff, but make sure to hit like, comment with the next videos that you want to see me react to. And if you're ready to improve your voice, check out my complete singing course, Master Your Voice.